Got second page. Good morning, I am Dr.M.K.Sahani. Today we shall study a medicine's Platina. Success is a requirement for all, and we have the desire to achieve something in the life. This is a common phenomenon for all of us. But you may meet a person who are so much absorbed in himself, only looking forward. Never he sees or look backwards or to his side. This is such an idealistic about their approach that they don't think of the other things or other matter in the life. For them, it is only the goal, the achieve, their commitments, their achievements, and the success for which they pursue. It is not an absorbed mind. Appearance is of the self-centered persons, simply looking about themselves. This makes an idealistic approach in them, and they are absorbed in their fancies, thinking, planning of the romance, of the fancies. It may be about their marriage or future life or their ambitions. It is all about living in air castles, or it is the dream. For them, the surroundings are least concerned. They don't think much about the other things. You can just feel it is centered, and they are unilateral, very much confident, or you may say overconfident. Less to do with the intellect matter. They are guided by their emotions that may lead to the passions for their achievement. Yes, they are the Platina people, most precious metal rare to be possessed with. The idealistic persons find great difficulties to get adjusted in their real life. Idealism and reality do not go together. Path of idealism can be followed only by the dreamers or a person of high ambition. Platina are liable to have great fall. Yes, if you are on the top, you are always in a position to get fall, which is very much usual for all the idealistic person. It is not that they do not achieve, but ratio of failures are more than the success. In Platina we find there are lot of elements due to such great falls. Elements from disappointment, especially in the sexual fields, grief, scorn, ambition deceived, death of the loved ones, and many more mental trauma, because they are the dreamer, and dreams are not always fulfilled. Their idealism often leads them isolation from rest of the world, because they have concentrated themselves to a point, so they become cut off from the rest of the world. So for them it is very much liable that they have a lot of forsaken and deserted feelings. Now as they look back, they find themselves in a strange land of so much cut off from their own world. What they can do? When they are alone, they find themselves isolated, they find themselves with no people, no one to share. The only thing left to them is to dwell on the past disagreeable occurrences. They live in the past, they brood in the past, past events trouble them. How to survive under such circumstances? he has to survive, so must compensate. And Platina get compensated by autoeroticism and narcissism, self-love. They get satisfied only with the very best of everything. What will be the result? They become self-centered. Self-centered means that they are only think about themselves. The egotism develops, and the pathology ends in the extreme contempt, arrogance and pride. The superiority complex, they feel themselves to be the best. There will be dullness and indifferences in the company, or they may end in great depressions. Extreme mental pathology are the resultant action of the idealism, which is also extreme of the mental plane. The two extreme ends are there. The one end that is to achieve the highest, and the result is that the pathology, and that is the extreme. Thus we observe Platina represents the extreme of mental faculty, which may lead to a personality which reflects the two extreme of life. On mental plane, we observe Platina to be very haughty, contemptuous, feeling of being better, smarter, more spiritual than others, selfishness. They find themselves superior. You may find Platina to be full of delusion. Because of this superiority, they find themselves above this plane. So it lands into that delusion. Delusion, for them the things appear too small. She is very tall. She is a royal blood. Delusion of superiority does not belong to her family. All this delusion represents the extreme effect of the cause. They are hypersexual, megalomania alternating with the high sexuality, passionate, sexual excesses or perversity, early masturbations, erotic mania, irritability and anger leading to impulse when frustrated. See, this hypersexuality is the extreme of the sexuals, megalomania, nymphomania. This type of the symptoms will be observed in the Platina. So we can see that this is the one end of the one aspects of the Platina, and this can be applied to the other aspects also. Irritability and anger leading to the impulse when frustrated, impulse to kill. This is also extreme, especially when seeing the knife. At the sight of the knife, the impulse comes to kill the person seated before them. Platina is often considered as medicine with the high sex drive, excessive sexual desire, driving to masturbations, easily excited even to slight touch, nymphomania. Can we translate this extreme sexuality to the other physical conditions? Yes, extreme makes these medicines unilateral. Hypersexuality, bulimia, this is also the extreme. Capriciousness, censorious, overconfident, cruelty, and mind vivacious. Similarly, fear are of the extreme. Phobic stated, fear of the death, violence, dog, health, heart disease, strokes, fear husband will be killed or will abandon her, strangled, fear of being strangled. There is alterations of the mental and physical symptoms. Mental symptoms alternate with the physical symptoms. This is the states where, because unilateral, sometimes get transferred